Younginz, the most unorthodox show on the globe. I am one of your hosts, Myra B. King.
And this is Desi Des.
And it's your boy Mojo in the building. We got another special guest with us, ma'am. Let the people know who you are.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Norelle. I am an artist, singer-songwriter, originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but now based in Los Angeles, California.
Welcome. Everybody's moving to California, Los Angeles. Everybody's relocating to Los Angeles.
Really? Well, I've been here for a couple years now, so.
Oh, have you?
Okay. So you was there.
Yeah.
You feel like that's a better move position as far as like if you're looking to further music or to get noticed or seen?
I mean, I think it really depends. It depends. Now being an artist, social media and just like the DSPs, you can kind of be anywhere and get your music out. I moved to Los Angeles, due to my background as being a background vocalist, singing for different artists. Like it's either New York or LA, that's really the hub for that. So that kind of motivated my move here years ago. And then, TV, film, and, studio sessions, stuff like that. It just made more sense for me to be here for that. Not so much for my artistry, but being here, has definitely helped that as well. So
how was it in Ohio?
Oh, man. Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, the weather is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It snows in May. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I definitely had to I gotta get out of here. But I mean, that's where I was born and raised, so to always be my home. My family is still there. It was challenging for me growing up as a young woman who really had a desire to be in the industry, because although a lot of talent, comes from Ohio, there's not really a lot of outlets to really nurture that talent or offer the opportunities that I really wanted, essentially, So I visit from time to time. I haven't been back since October. And I don't know when I'll be back, but you know what I'm saying? It groomed me. Cleveland definitely groomed me a lot for this industry and just in life in general, because it can definitely be challenging to be a big fish in a small pond, so. But it taught me many, many lessons. So for that, I'm grateful.
How did it groom you?
It definitely gave me tough skin. I had to have tough skin to really thrive in certain circles or certain arenas, so it taught me how to really do we cuss on this show?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
All right, cool, bet. It really helped me learn how to let a lot of shit roll off of my back, because it's just like I said, being a big fish in a small pond, sometimes people, whether or not they want to admit it, may not want to see you rise outside of the environment that they are used to seeing you in, and I dealt with a lot of that, like a lot of people probably do. I'm not the first person, so it just taught me how to be strong. It taught me how to, really know who I am in certain areas, you know what I'm saying? And to not let little things really bother me or deter me or distract me from my goals and ultimately just what it is that I'm trying to accomplish in life.
When did you notice you had that desire?
So my earliest memory of me singing is 5 years old. My mom used to play Sade all of the time, and I went to preschool one day singing Smooth Operator, and that memory just kind of stuck with me. But although I had the ability to sing, I didn't really have the passion to really, follow through on that ability until maybe like high school, when I got a little older and I could kind of make some decisions for myself and to say, this is what I really want to do. I'm not doing it because other people, think I'm great and should be doing this, like I gave myself time in that respect to like really make sure this is what I want to do, because it's not an easy pursuit. It's not an easy pursuit. You know what I'm saying? There are a million people in the world that are talented. You know what I'm saying? So not that I'm trying to compete. I just know that there are a lot of people who are great at what they do. You know what I'm saying? So to stick out, would take a extra little, you know, special thing that I knew that I had to want this for myself. I had to want it for myself. So I would say like high school, late high school.
Sade is one of my favorite artists of all
It's,
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much.
And it comes, it rubs off a little bit in your music. I wouldn't say specifically, but a lot of your music reminds me of somewhat what she would make back in the day.
Wow.
The way you vocalize your voice in your music, definitely.
It just seemed more of a neo soul type of R&B
Absolutely.
of R&B in it. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
So was the goal to be a background vocalist, or you just took advantage of opportunities that came your way to get to where you were trying to go?
Definitely the latter. I don't think my goal was to ever just always be a background vocalist. I think once that opportunity, you know, presented itself for me, and then opportunities just kept rolling in, that's just the lane that I found myself in, you know, over the past 13 years now. And you know, you can just kind of get used to the lifestyle, used to, you know, traveling. I got to experience the world doing what I love to do, you know. So admittedly so, I probably got a little complacent with that, you know, because it's like, oh, I can still sing and I'm with all of these incredible artists, but I don't have to really make the sacrifice of being the artist, if that makes sense. Like I'm close enough, but I don't have to give too much of myself, you know. And as time went on, it's cool, and I do still love to do it if an opportunity presents itself, but it definitely got to a point where I was like, I want more for myself, you know, like I want to start investing as much time and energy as I put into this into myself.
For sure, but that's still an accomplishment, you know. Like most people, background vocalists, you know, those people never even got a chance to make it to the Apollo or anything, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't take any of that for granted. Like if I get a call right now to do something next week, I'm gonna say yes. You know what I'm saying? Like I just love to sing. I'm grateful that people, you know, look to me to say, hey, I want to bring her onto my tour, or to be on this show with me to help, you know, like really make my show that much more special. Or I know I can trust Norelle to support me in the way that I need to be supported on this show. Like I take great pride in that, you know. So I'm super grateful.
Are you a writer as well?
Yes, I wrote every song on my album. Except for
that's different.
Back Into You, I co-wrote with my homeboy C Maze. You know, we kind of collaborated on that, but everything else, like they're all just my crazy little thoughts that I've made into songs.
Who is one of your favorite artists as far as experience wise and the way they treat people that you like touring with and working for?
Oh, Rhianna, hands down. That's
number one.
Everybody asks me that, and that's an easy question. Rhianna.
Do background vocalists, do they get treated with proper respect and care, or you know, notoriety? Because you hear stories about people saying, "Oh, working with this artist, they're such a diva. They did this. They didn't want us coming in here and this or doing this in our space." Like, did you ever experience any of that?
Hey, this your boy Desi Des.
And it's your boy Mojo. And if you like what you are seeing so far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the page. Please. And if all else fails and you like what you talking about as far as this merch wise, baby, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Check us out on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook at Twistedyounginz with a Z. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure you give us an email at twistedyounginz@gmail.com for all promotions.
Where's it at twistedyounginz@gmail.com?
Yes, sir, with a Z. And also, if y'all don't like what you see right now as far as merch-wise, we got more merch, and we also do your merch.
Do your merch,
Send us in a
we
couple
support
designs.
everybody.
Yeah, and we do promotional packages, interviews, videos, articles, whatever you guys need, man. Just make sure you hit us up. Holla at you, baby.
No, not really. Like every artist I've ever worked with has been great, you know, like, and if it wasn't a favorable, you know, situation, again, just like, what can I learn from this? All right, when I get in this position, I know I want to do it like this opposed to this, you know what I'm saying? But every artist that I've worked with, I've been blessed to really just work with the top of the top. Like my first gig was with John Legend for you know, his Evolver tour. So that was after Get Lifted. So he was already established. That was my first gig ever, you know. So and then after him, It was I don't even remember. It's been a lot of them, but they've all been like super established. They have great teams. They know how to treat their people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have too many bad experiences, which I'm really, really grateful for.
And a lot of people will hear UNC backup vocalist and just assume that. But I mean, you're pretty accredited yourself. I mean, you did the Grammys 2020 performance with Alicia Keys, correct?
Yes. 2020. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
During that same time, you also were on the Anderson .Paak album for Ventura, right? Which won an R&B award as well.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl too, right?
Yes.
Super Bowl?
That was this year's Super Bowl, was it?
No, that was 2020. So I literally flew from Miami to LA to do the Grammys and then flew back to Miami to finish rehearsal for the Super Bowl.
So what was that like being on stage when we're talking Jlo and Shakira?
Yeah. It was, I mean, it's always just like, it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's just a full circle moment for me, you know, because these are all artists that I grew up listening to. Like when J-Lo released I'm Waiting for Tonight, oh, I was in like high school and I was like, oh my God, this song and this video, they're so amazing. So to be on stage with these people, it's like, it's an indescribable feeling, you know, because it's like, I've always wanted to be here and I'm actually here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm seeing and experiencing these things with my own eyes and like pinch myself, it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, again, I'm here in this space doing what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? And the Super Bowl, I don't know if any of you have ever been, but it really is a magical experience. Like the energy in the stadium was really unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. So it was just like, I can't believe I'm here. And I always wanted to do the Super Bowl halftime show. So I was super excited about that. My mom was able to see that, you know, so it's just like, it's a conglomerate of feelings and emotions, you know, from, you know, being baby Norelle, having these dreams and seeing them manifest in real time, you know. So it's just like, wow, I did it. Like I'm doing it. I'm here, you know. So it was amazing. And I hope I can do it again.
I know you said you've worked with some great people. And I mean, Rhianna, Pharrell, Demi Lovato, LMA, you know, Cabela, all the list goes on and on. Have you ever had a situation where, you know, you're doing a little too much, you know, in the background? You're getting a little too much. You cut her mic down some, you know, cut some vocals down a little bit.
So she's trying to sing thing.
Yeah,
that's funny. You know, I don't think vocally, because it's important for you to like sing your parts, you know what I'm saying? So front of house can mix it how it needs to sound in the room. But I think performance wise, I have been told a couple times, like, you know, it doesn't need all of that, like not all of that hip. So you can kind of like tone it down a little bit, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, that's not my show. But when I get on stage for my shows, then I can do all of that, you know, but in that arena, it's like, okay, just do what they're asking you to do because you're here to support. You're not here to, you know.
I just asked because I listened to the Alicia Keys song on Diary with Tony in the background. I'm like, I'm wondering if I'm in the studio, I'm in the background. Like, man, can somebody cut his mic down, please? All that. Turn that down. Son.
Right.
But you want to know what? Like, and I actually just did the Billboard Awards with Alicia, and Alicia, she is a true artist. So like, I think she appreciates that type of stuff. Like when her background vocalist, I believe his name is Jermaine, I don't remember his last name, but he was featured on I Won't Tell Your Secret, the guy that's like going off on that song. So for her, like she appreciates great singers. She's always had bomb ass BGVs. Like all of her background vocalists have always been incredible. So for her, it's just like, give me all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like she wants that. And for the most part, every artist I've sung with has really wanted to have really good, you know, supporting vocalists and band. Like they want the best of the best, you know?
That's what's up.
Now, what are some of the takeaways that you take away from being background vocalist and knowing the industry, the business, to that transferring over to your own personal portfolio as far as your solo career? Whether it be, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you want to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, whether it be, okay, I need to have this paperwork done, or are these relationships put in here, or I need to have this budget for this or what, you know, just the whole pie of it? What are some takeaways that you take away that you implement in your own personal portfolio?
I think it's all of that, you know, just like making sure business is right, making sure you're paying people on time, making sure split sheets are done, making sure like whatever I can have in place as an independent artist. I don't have a team yet. I don't have management. I'm not signed. I don't have PR. Like, I don't have anything. Like everything I'm doing it all on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, my rollout, like I booked my photo shoot myself. I came up with the concept, like it's all me, you know? So I think being in that environment though has helped me be able to do it, you know, kind of independently as I'm doing it, because I can pull certain nuggets like, all right, how would they do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would they approach this? What's important? What do I need to stay focused on? You know, so business wise, absolutely. I think what I love the most that I've taken from it is really just staying authentically true to who I am as an artist. Because if you go down the list for every artist that I've ever performed with, they're all their own person. You know what I'm saying? Like Reed doesn't sound like Demi doesn't sound like Jlo doesn't sound like Alicia. You know, like they all have their own sound, and that is really what makes an artist. You know what I'm saying? So when you press play, somebody can be like, oh, I know that voice, you know, and their own personal style, how they are on the stage, off the stage, you know, like that is what I think I've really been paying more attention to now that I'm like really, you know, pushing this EP. Is just like, don't be afraid to just be who you are, whatever that looks like. Like, don't feel like you need to, you know, like conform or fold into a certain category. Like these artists are special because they're unique and different in their own way. So I think that, you know, outside of the business stuff is really what I've paid the most attention to. You know, it's just like, just be you. Like people gonna rock with you for that. You know, you don't have to sound like anybody else or look like anybody else, or, you know, so that's what I've taken away.
How complicated is that, not having a team and having to wear a million hats? You know what I mean? Because
it can get complicated. I think for me, the most complicated is communication. And like, okay, did I respond to this? Did I do this? You know, because it's like people will hit me up, whether it's on Instagram DM or email or whatever. And while that happens, I can be like focusing on something else. Like, oh, I got to make sure I do this. And I can forget, you know, not on purpose, but I'm juggling a whole bunch of things. So, you know, I try to keep a planner and jot down notes like, okay, make sure you do this, make sure you follow up with this person, make sure you do, you know, so it can get complicated. I think if I had someone to help manage my schedule, that would be super, super helpful. Yeah.
What's up? Now, did you ever finish and go back and get your master's degree?
I don't have my master's, but I did finish undergrad. So I do have my bachelor's in sociology with a minor in psychology.
Congratulations.
Because at one point in time, you were trying to be a guidance counselor or something like that?
Yes. Okay. I do still have that desire. And I think that desire to want to help people is also coming through my music. So like, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of like marry both aspects of, you know, not both aspects, but two aspects of who I am, you know? So I want to get my master's, but I don't want that debt. So that's another reason why I'm kind of like, let me figure out how I can make this work, because school is expensive. You know, but I've always been, you know, scholastics have always been super important to me by way of my mom. Like she made sure that I was always in the best schools and the best school districts, like always involved. And if I came home with anything less than a B, like that was not acceptable, you know? So I've always, you know, just desired to excel when it comes to the books as well. So, but I don't have my master's, but hopefully one day I will.
Okay. Are you in a relationship?
I'm married.
Okay, there you go. That's what's up.
I took my rings off because I was cooking chicken and I didn't want to get the you know, that's why my ring's not on, but I'm married.
Okay, so how was it? Like, how did you meet your husband?
We actually met on tour. He's a drummer. We met in 2012. He was playing for Rhianna. And when I got on the gig, that's when we met.
The drummers is one of the most important things, because if you mess up on that beat,
right,
you might be fine.
Yeah.
How did you how were you able to steer away from bad habits while just being in the industry, surrounded by celebrities and on the move, constantly on tour? How
do you fight the temptation?
Temptation of what? Like other men, or like what?
Drugs.
Entertainment.
I'm talking
dudes are dog. You know, some dudes are dog.
But
you know, they gonna holler regardless. They don't. You know,
clearly
they feel
Drake
like
don't care if you got a ring on your finger.
Drake and what?
I see what they're saying, but I'm also talking about like drugs too as well. You know, like not being able to get up on time to be on stage and not party all the time.
Drunk all the time because they're gonna offer drinks. Yeah. We got money for days. Get up.
It's a balance, you know what I'm saying? Like I drink, so it's just like, it's knowing myself, knowing my limits, like, all right, I've had enough, you know what I'm saying? But again, I've just been blessed to be around great people while I'm out on the road. So we're all together hanging out and we all kind of like look out for each other, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I've never been into hard drugs. Like that's not my thing.
Okay.
So I don't even, that's not something I have to be mindful of, because that's like a hard no for me. Like I'm not interested. I'll smoke some weed, but I don't know. I know my limits. I know my limits.
What hard drugs do to people, like people that you are close with or even working with?
Say that one more time. The first part.
You seen the effects?
Have you ever saw the effects of hard drugs that maybe any other background vocalists or people in your circle that
you ever seen somebody drop a line on the table? And...
No, never.
Like even a person you were performing with, like the artists themselves, the headliner, they ain't never been like, yo, we finna go kick it tonight. Yo, any of the vocalists y'all want to cope? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, of course there'll be some after parties, you know what I'm saying, where we go kick it and hang, but I've never, ever been around nobody doing no lines. Ever. No.
That's good.
Never.
All right, go to the bathroom. It's good. It's good.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. Like because you got to keep in mind, if we go to an after party after a show, they're being paid to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like we kicking it, but they're still working. You know what I'm saying? So it's always just chill. It's always been chill.
Oh, we might not know them, but it's some artists that that's gonna do their thing.
Maybe.
Listen,
I've never been around them, so I can't say.
Okay. Let me say.
Even though Bruno Mars got caught on his way to the show.
Don't bring Bruno in it.
I've never worked with Bruno, so I can't say. I can't speak on nothing. I can't speak on nothing I ain't seen with my own eyes.
I do want to ask you, what was the theme of your creation for the project that you're pushing now? Like, what were you going through? Like, because you write all your songs, correct? You said so. That's a process within itself that you have to be in to write the music. As far as that.
Yeah. So the EP actually was originally titled Greenhouse, and so my concept of greenhouse was like special plants, special flowers that have to be in an isolated environment to really grow or flourish. They need special attention, special treatment, so the idea was like, okay, you have to plant the seed. It has to be in some dirt, which is a representation of hard times, challenging times. And it has to be watered, X, Y, and Z. So my idea was like the germination process of a seed. But I was like, I don't want to be too deep. That might go over people's heads. So let me just simplify it and call it a story about love. And so it's just really about the process of, getting to that place of loving yourself fully and completely after you've gone through some experiences in life that, hard lessons, like the intro is reset introspection. So it's like me talking about, me kind of just reaching rock bottom, seeking validation from other people, opposed to looking inward and really finding it from myself, and that goes back to experiences from high school, being a teenager, growing into an adult. So I kind of just really pulled from all aspects of my life, to kind of really fit the concept and theme that I wanted to portray in my music for this EP. So I don't know that it was necessarily one isolated incident you know, that kind of sparked this. It was just like an umbrella overall, you know, because nobody's never not going through something in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what, life is just, it's balance, it's ebbs and flows, positive with the negative. That's just how it goes. So, you know, it's just like, I knew that I wanted to reach people on a deeper level than just like, you know, oh, I can sing. I wanted it to have a message, and I wanted everybody to be able to relate to something in the album, which I think I achieved.
For sure.
No, you did. I do got a question for you about what was your process when you wrote or whenever, because like I said, you're writing your music, A Letter to My Younger Self. What was your process with that?
Same thing, you know, like me getting to a place where I'm finally able to realize and recognize that, you know, as much as I may want to have a lot of friends or share, you know, a part of myself with people, I cannot let everybody into my space. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, build that relationship with yourself first. Learn to love yourself first. Trust yourself first before you know, are so open to allow everybody into your space and extending that trust before it's really been established. You know what I'm saying? Because I did that a lot, and I'm still learning like how to implement boundaries in my relationship so that I don't overextend myself to be disappointed before, you know, the relationship has really been tried, you know, to show that they're trustworthy or that I can really, you know, let my guard down and be vulnerable in that relationship. So that's really just what it was. You know, it was me talking to myself. And I feel like even as I listen back to the EP now, it's like, yo, like these are really just conversations. They're just conversations that I had, you know, with myself, or conversations that I had with my friends. And I just kind of like made them into songs. I put it in my music.
How many artists write all of their music like you?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. You know, every artist is different. I don't do well with singing other people's thoughts and words. Like if it's not a real thing to me, if I can't connect to it on a personal level, it won't be believable. Like it wouldn't be conveyed in a way that people can connect to it, because it's not me. It's not my experience. It's not how I would say it. You know, so other artists can do that. Like Ree is a perfect example. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll have writing camps, and, you know, whether it's for production or for, you know, the lyrics, and they will create the songs, they'll demo it, and then they'll give it to the artist, and the artist sings it, you know. But when Ree sings her songs, people love it, you know, because she's great at that. I haven't mastered that yet. So right. I don't know how many people write their own music. Some people prefer to be produced. Like, just give me the song, I'll sing it, show me what to do, and then we have a record. I like to connect more personally to my music, so that's why I like to write my own stuff.
You're competing with people I'm not bringing up Ree. I'm just bringing up everybody. You competing with people that's basically on steroids, where you just out there running normal.
Yeah, you find a bunch of tracks.
I mean, like they got writing camps. You out there using your own brain, your own experience. So basically, that's just like a track athlete that's on steroids compared to a regular human being that's out there running.
I mean, maybe. I think some artists are, although the music may be written for them, they're still hands-on with what they choose to sing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm sure there's some level
putting their shoes on, they track shoes too. I mean, they hands on putting the shoes on.
It's true.
It's true.
I'm Sammy.
No, I do want to ask you about American Idol. How was that, your time on American Idol? How was that?
Oh, it was fun. I mean, I wasn't a contestant, you know, I was in the house band as a background vocalist, but, you know, TV land and live music land and studio land, like they're all different. TV is like, it's moving so fast, you know, so it's a boot camp. It was like a boot camp. Like we have to learn at the top of the season when there are more contestants. Obviously, we have like 60 songs to learn in a day, and they're all like short snippets of the song, you know, so It was fun. It was challenging. It helped me, you know, just like work my brain muscle. Like, all right, you need to retain all of this. Some people like to use iPads on the stage for the lyrics. I like to challenge myself. Like, all right, no lyric sheets, no iPad. Like, you need to just remember everything. So, and I think, you know, being on Idol and doing stuff like that kind of helped me in other background vocalist worlds, because it's, you know, I learned how to work fast, you know, so it was cool. It's always fun. TV's fun.
Do you know how to read music?
I don't know how to read music. I know a little bit because I did play the flute when I was younger, so like some things I kind of retained, but I don't read it as well as I would like to. That is something that I need to like buckle down on for sure.
Oh, I was just curious.
Yeah.
But definitely want to thank you.
Before you go, real quick, give me a top 3.
We're leaving already?
Oh no, we don't have to. Okay.
Give me your top 3 singers of all time.
Ooh, top 3 singers of all time.
All time.
Period.
Yours, not the who people. Yours.
I love Shaka Khan.
Okay, me too.
Great. My Aries sis, Shaka Khan. This is hard. I love Sade for obvious reasons. And third, oh man, I don't know. The number 3 spot is a toss up. Like anybody could go in there. Anybody that I listened to growing up that I really love. I love Jill Scott. Okay, those are my top 3.
Today's music, is there any artist that you can see right now that's out now or in the future that's gonna just take over the game and just hold the next mantle besides yourself, obviously, or be the next mantle, you know, or hold the next mantle of the next great R&B singer? Because I feel like we're waiting for it.
I think her is in that spot right now. I personally feel like she is. Like, I don't think that there is another R&B artist in today's music that is doing what her is doing. I think she's already taken that spot, in my personal opinion.
It's true. I mean, she does have a lot of great music that I feel like a lot of people haven't heard just yet. That's all it is.
Sure. I think a lot of people love her. You don't feel like a lot of people are on to her yet?
No. I think they're on to her. I think songs specifically, like not the mainstream music, far as like her CDs, like the songs and the tracks off her CD.
Got you.
Like me going through your CD, when I first pulled your CD up, they showed me obviously your 2 hit songs that you had on there. But I just went from beginning to the end to try to figure out if there was anything that I liked in there. And obviously Deeper was my shit, and I got other songs too. But that's not one of the songs that they're gonna hype up on the album and be like, yo, listen to this. So I feel like I got a lot of songs like that too.
You know, I also like
listen to the album to find.
I also like one of your older songs, Maybe. I like that song.
Really?
Yeah, I like that song.
No way.
But I like that. I like that song.
Yeah.
I know you was hip to Black Lily.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is your former alias.
My former alias, yes. The Lola Brown days. Wow, that's what's up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem,
man.
No
we appreciate you coming out.
But no, I do have one more. I'm sorry.
No, ask away.
I do want to ask. How has okay, so you say you've been doing this since 2008, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 2008 is now 2021. How has the process of imaging and branding changed in the industry, as far as, like, for example, like a while back they just say, oh, you had to look like this in order to do this. We want this person to look like this. You have to be this size, this weight, this color. And now it's starting to shift a little bit. Like, how has that changed as far as through your perspective lens?
I think people are just open to accepting people as they are, like whether it's your sexuality, whether it's how you look, just whatever. You know, I think in today's society, it's just more about, you know, making people comfortable with being who they are, not so much, oh, you have to fit into this category. Me personally, I feel like it's more free. I don't think that, And I think it has a lot to do also with a lot of the superstars having kids and just kind of like being more curvy and, you know what I'm saying, just showing more of like what that process is and kind of for themselves just saying, this is what I look like. I don't have to go, you know, change my body. I'm voluptuous. I've had kids, you know what I'm saying? Like my body has changed. This is what I look like now, you know? So I think that has kind of changed the perception of, you know, what people need to look like. Although I do feel like it affects women more than it does men anyway. You know, so with a superstar like Beyonce having kids, and now, you know, it's like people are like, I love her more, you know, she's not full figure, but that's the term that they use. Like I like her, you know, having more weight on her, you know what I'm saying? And now people seeing that, I just think people are more just like, this is who I am, you know, and that's just what it is. Or people being like, I don't like the way I look, so I'm gonna go get plastic surgery because I want bigger boobs. You know, like people are just kind of choosing how they want to look, opposed to I need to be a stick figure, you know, to be accepted in the game. So,
you ever experienced a time going through, you know, going through your jobs with, you know, like, man, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't even know if I want to continue through with this. It's not panning out how I want it to be, or.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
How
but
get through it.
My word means everything to me, you know, and being professional and showing up and doing what I said I was going to do, which is I'm going to finish this tour or whatever it is, you know. So I want to try my best to always leave the best impression, you know, with whomever I'm working with. And I think, you know, I've done a decent job at that, which is why people call me back. You know, but just keeping my word, staying integral, doing what I say I'm going to do again, that means more to me than, you know, certain things. I will say now in my career, if something is not in alignment with where I am and it doesn't feel right and it's not a good vibe, I'm not going to compromise the impression that I will leave to see the job out.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Oh no, I was just saying that. What was I saying? Oh no, I was just saying, you know, like congratulations on everything. The music is there, the craft creativity is there, and keep us in the loop with anything that you have going on. Like we'll definitely try to support in any way that we can.
Of course. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys for listening and for having me here and extending your platform to me and the chat. Like this is dope. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh no, we got to have you back on again soon as well.
Definitely.
Of course. Call me anytime.
All right.
All right. You enjoy the rest.
All right. Thank you, y'all. Bye.
All right. Thank you.